Fuck. No! Yes, wasn't much. Hard to aim. A scorn fluke. This probably has shit. Substantially reduced terror, otherworldly artifacts, and gain you insight into scorn flukes. Gain terror per hull. Searing Enigma plus Nightmare's Awful. Create the wrath of heaven. As you look upon the spasming remains of Confluke, you remember an idea that has seethed in your dreams of late. A contrivance, no, a weapon. This will give you a large weapon that you can equip while in dock or sell to an equipment shop. Interesting. Okay, I should remember that. Though I need to find where I can hunt down flukes, and also I need to up my nightmares to awful, which who knows how much is that. Interesting. So iron mirrors hull and this weapon choice. I guess this. Investigate the scorn fluke. Drag the remnants of its victims off its spines. Collect their shattered treasures. Lonely song. Its unhuman music rages and sobs. The polyphonic scream brings your crew to shuddering tears. Discipline keeps them working. They are careful to maintain distance from the oozing grey exudate. In abrupt silence, the remains liquefy and dissipate. Any artifacts remaining are too tainted to gather. Whew. Some kind of understanding of flukes going on. 2 artifacts, 1 terror, 50 sovereigns. to be careful not to engage in any more fights. What is this bell ringing? Just announcing a new day? Or it's just random? Still can't help them. Oh, they sell tea. Ah, come on. Well, I guess I won't help them for now. Yeah, I'm not ready to help them, at least not now. I need to help myself first. I don't want to leave without Devil. And I left him at Abyss Horizon. what's up with him? I can't decide where to go. Like, should I shoot this guy? Nah. Should I shoot this guy? No. Very, very fast. London, then I'll explore the parts I've found here when it's basically broken down on me, and go to Abyss Horizon again to grab Devil. Then I guess we are out of London. Would be nice to find Perdurance. I think we have a bunch of quests there too. Find the listless aristocrat's brother. The aristocrat stuck at Abyss Horizon mentioned a brother responsible for his predicament. Doppelganger. It makes some time to track down someone resembling the aristocrat. The sooty slums are empty of any fallen nobility. The grand houses close to their doors to you. It is as if London would prefer all detainees of the Abyss Horizon to remain there. You've all but giving up when you receive a note to meet in the Crown Jewel. A distinguished gentleman sits by the fire. His porcelain features a flawless mirror of his brother's. He intimates a litany of unsavory habits and hobbies possessed by his younger sibling. Calumny in the nursery, scandal in boarding school, horror in the young stags' club. He would very much prefer it if his brother were to stay where he was. I guess we're now there telling the truth. Ultimate Parliament, east of London. I'm going to east. I could find that, but I need to find munitions somewhere. Oh, I have some. Do they represent resistance? I'm giving them reports, but nothing really happens. Strategic intelligence, bookkeeper reads. Have some gratitude. To win the bookkeeper's trust. I guess let's do that. Moving up the chain, he considers you for a minute, tapping his pen on his desk. Then he nods. He communicates that he works for the New Street Line, an organization that arranges for work-world escapees to be smuggled to safety. If necessary, the line finds them new lives and new names. The authorities do not approve. If you want to help, you will need to meet his patron. He gives you a yellowing train ticket and shows you an address. It belongs to a fierce philanthropist, co-owner of the Steam and Sapphire Company. Ooh. Have some Leo DiCaprio pose here. You call at this philanthropist's tall, stately house. Her secretary is a slight man with a drooping lip. He jumps up when you present your ticket and ushers you into his employment study. She sits tall in her chair, a sherry bottle to one side, her papers to the other. She pours you a glass. Please, have a seat. Her voice has a hint of Madeline's melancholy. Huh? Inquire into the New Street Line's secretive work. Offer to assist the New Street Line. How does it work? Do they have hidden stations? Black-weathered locomotives? Safe houses for work-world escapees? Briefing. There is no line. The philanthropist taps a nail on her mahogany desk. Only the idea of one. We have conductors operating throughout the empire reporting to me. I'll point you to one of them and they'll tell you where you need to go, assuming, of course, you are ready to be responsible for another's freedom. A new contact. The fierce philanthropist gives you a nod. We don't handle the side of the business here, of course, she says. Too dangerous for our other affairs. Speak to our men at the yards. She directs you to a firebrand conductor. Oh wait, she directs you to a firebrand conductor. Use the passphrase, bread for blood. No, here. He meets you in a smoky station pub. The conductor is an itchy-fingered, studious young man blazing with revolutionary zeal inside his oversized scarf. We'll free them one by one if we have to. It's a good job the clientele is voracious. and utterly uninterested in your conversation. Inquired about the work. What happens on the work worlds and how does the new street line work against it? Bread without circuses. Everyone deserves the right to their own hours, to live them at the pace God intended, but the work world's pauper spend a month of their lives to ensure an hour of rich man's luxury. The firebrand conductor spits onto the floor. Those who escape from the work worlds are hunted. Our patron arranges passage for as many as she can. We look for opportunities, empty cargo trains, drunken captains who won't notice a few extra hands on board their trains. He meets you with the smuggling station. Okay. Agree to smuggle a passenger. Is this going to be the same as smuggling a person from in the rich? A settler? There is a space on your train for some unfortunate soul. A poor soul in need of saving. The firebrand conductor flips through his notebook. The lady makes the arrangements through her network. Let's see. Yes. Pick up from here, deliver it there. Come back to me. I'm sure I'll have another who needs your help. His mouth tightens. There is always more. You need to collect a passenger from Eagle's Empyrean and deliver them to New Winchester. We'll see about that. No promises. Okay, am I ready to go? 3 crates. 2 Parliament. Floating Parliament. Shit. Colos's Heart. this attacking you there? I think it was. So our guy wants us to bring him 5 port reports from this place. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 places. We could try that. So if we hop to a mechanical sun, get one. Scavenging with the dawn rats. Nervous face whispers to you from behind the bulkhead. I think it might... The sun is weakened. There might be some changes. You successfully reached the clockwork sun. Shrug to suit. The clockwork sun is the preeminent symbol of the Empire's heavenly dominion. The newspapers in London call it enduring, everlasting, eternal. I think reports should be different. The heart of Empire. Engineers flock to you. You need to tell London what's happening up here, they say. Tell them to send more engineers, send resources, send help, something, anything. They list a litany of recent faults, a broken cog, a snapped belt, unpredictable flares, more engineers swallowed by light or vitrified, and every morning the sun has been taking longer and longer to reach full incandescence. Not even sure what I saw, what I didn't. Or Sequencer has a request. A charitable mission. There are many poor souls out there in need of our help. Beleaguered, ignorant masses. Oh, yeah, I already read that. He sent like manuals on how to tie a bow. Yeah. Reluctant ascent. And for the sake, what's your condition of your suit? Okay, what's happening? Exhibition halls built to accommodate sunspotter tourists and sequence pilgrims, and abandoned after the dangers of the sun became impossible to hide. Priceless paintings hang in bleached rags. Magnificent relics have been left to accumulate glittering glass dust. Is anything still intact? The stained glass sky has collapsed, and filtered sunlight gnaws savagely at your hazard suit. It is currently undamaged, though a little shabby. A scream. One of your crew is staring in horror at her hand, which has suddenly shriveled and sprouted liver spots. The light can do strange things to the flow of time, and you seem to have strayed into a bad patch. Your guide. Okay, I'm tempted to go through the bad patch. If you are careful, you can avoid the worst of it. You guide your crew through the patch of lumpy time. Once everyone is through, you find yourself in an area of the dome seemingly untouched by previous explorers. A quick search uncovers an intact exhibit, a shroud of fabric that even here ravenously consumes light. On the return journey, however, you run into trouble. The stalker carrying the bombazine makes a misstep and begins to wail as his leg withers and rots beneath him. Unbalanced, he falls forward and the bombazine tumbles from his grip. You wince at the crew member's infinitesimally brief scream in an instant. All that's left of him is dust and bone fragments. The rest of your crew whisper angrily behind your back. So there was a guy who wanted to be free. Three ministry-approved permits to the broken stewards to secure the empty's release. Damn, I think I have 3. No, I have 2. 5 crew. A nervous face whispers to you from behind bulkhead. Help us! We were brought here to build the Clockwork Sun. Lots of abandoned storerooms. Help us raid them and take your field. Safety in numbers. The sun despises thieves, but its anger can't shine on all of us. Send crew to scavenge for supplies, send crew to scavenge for fuel. Well, supply is more expensive. Well, let's try fuel just because it's has higher chance of success for fuel. Not bad. Parhic victory. Hour pass before your crew members return, rolling freshly unearthed barrels. The leader hands them to you with a carefully gloved hand. Cool. So we're done, and well, I could equip another hold and buy more crates, I guess. Their graves still intact. Yep. Can't. Now fuel efficiency down to a half. This again. What is that? A weft of unraveling time. I have strayed into a place where the weave of time has frayed. The sky groans, the borders that separate past and future crumble, and your engine is dragged in. Allow yourself to be pulled into the weft. Will not emerge unchanged. Command your crew to escape the weft. They falter, haunted by times they thought they'd left behind, or cowed by glimpses of fate's plans. You bark your orders. Then and back again. Achievements. Narrow escape. You drag your locomotive away and don't stop until the past is behind. You and the future in front, as it should be. The horological office in London may be able to tell you more about your encounter. Narrow escape. Okay, so I should just stay away from those things. I wonder what's happened to Mongols, to Khan fleet. Am I going to find it here or somewhere in the other world? What the hell is this? Oh wow. Incognito Princess dons her disguise tiara as the Royal Society comes into view. Disguise tiara. Wow. This looks more like a heaven should look like. And Menaguri here. Okay, let's start with trade. Wait, what? Royal Society? Oh, I thought it was Parliament. God damn. In a society. So they sell munitions for 60, I think. The Eyrie. Petty mansions of stone and glass rise above the verdant gardens, while below machines whir and groan. A persistent sound of hammering pounds through the air. Well, let's check Miniguri first. I completely forgot what he needs for... Oh, he needs Enigma. I mean, I haven't found any better use for it. Or wait, so this sea hog, guinea pig, good range, returns after finding one discovery, but conveys more information about what he finds. That's not what I wanted. I would love to have this guy, but I need inspiration. And 65 mirrors. I guess I could use this guy. I'm assuming it's going to show me what it found. Well, I can always just fly into the storm and get another enigma, I guess. A large guinea pig wearing a plumed helmet is dozing in a hutch. It is sleeping next to an intricate mechanical bat. Adventure! Mr. Meniguri extends a long finger to prod the dozing guinea pig. Oh, says the cavy, rubbing sleep from its eyes with the front paw. I do beg your pardon. It sits upright to address you. Sir Lionel, at your service. Am I to understand you are in need of a valiant scout? If so, I am the very pig. Just point me in a direction and I will sally forth on my trusty bat. Oh, okay. I've been wondering how he would be transporting himself. Okay. Mr. Menegari seems somewhat relieved to pass Sir Lionel on and begins to gather up its things. What's next? We go to the throne of the Our King. London? I don't know. There's only our queen. Okay, the celestial exhibition. To the delight of mostly himself, the mellifluous president, mellifluous. Jeez. Sweet or musical, pleasant to hear.
Mellifluous. Mellifluous.
Mellifluous. The mellifluous president is planning an exhibition in the Royal Society. Ooh. Oh. That's where I can sell artifacts and specimen. Wow, specimen don't cost anything practically. Experiments. It's like cryptic benefactors. Searing enigma like inspiration? No, really. Right, let's write it down. That would help. $15. No. Experiment first. looks good. We'll gather a bunch from Takiti. They exchange it for favors. The Royal Society. The words nullius in verba are written across the stonework above the great bronzewood doors. Nullius in verba. Verba might be word, Latin. Nullius 0. No words? Or nothing in words? What is that? I guess we'll find out. Her renewed majesty has granted these grounds to the finest minds in Albion to work here. Her view is to invent, to hypothesize, to discover, and most crucially to watch the stars. Introduce yourself at Airy House. An offer of work. The mellifluous president greets you. He directs your attention to the new marble on the floors, to the cheerful portraits of distinguished Royal Society members lining the hallway, and finally to the very large portrait of himself in his plush library. Also, I've fucking... whatever. I've been going the wrong way. I just thought about it. I need to go to the east, not west. Okay. We do like captains here at the Royal S. We need our space and frankly our comforts to think, but it is you brave souls who do the real legwork, extremely educational. If not, our gardens are extremely fine, as if our conversation and the port. As is our conversation and the port. The words nullius and verba are just repeat. Reports, latest developments. The Royal Society hums with activity. The preparations for a new wing of Airy House are in motion. The mellifluous president is conveying another committee to continue the renovations of the gardens. The astronomers are excited about a star of burnished amber seen far to the east. The Rochester Club regrettably continues at high speeds. Royal Society have left their gardens to run wild, though an attempt was made at some point to tame them. Will I lose a crew? Through the undergrowth. The gardens were an early attempt by the society to stamp their mark upon the sky. More interesting avenues for scientific exploration quickly presented themselves, however, and the gardens were left to run wild, half-tamed. The overgrown gardens are beautiful but hazardous to the casual walker. You navigate the Haha with admirable alacrity. The Bronzewood maze is surmountable with the aid of string. You are bedeviled by the little gnomes that poke out of the reeds in the marsh. It is hours before someone comes to rescue you. Visit the president. Deliver a port report from the Clockwork Sun. I'm kind of saving that for my friend, so... Nah. Acquire an invitation to Perdurance. I already have a bunch of invitations to that place, which I haven't found. Deliver a port report from Circus or from House of Rods and Chains. Okay, I'll do that at some point, but not now. Anything else? Nell's Tower. The Royal Society's observatory is named for King Charles's canniest mistress. Canniest?
Canniest.
Okay. Name is Cunning, I guess. Niels Tower is the jewel in the society's crown. Arriving at Niels Tower, a sign on the door is neat. Copper plate reads Niels Tower closed for the 13th annual Airy Dinner. Leave urgent business at doorstep. There is a polite cough at your shoulder. Turning, you see a tall man with a beard like a nest of vipers. The Supercilious Burzar.
Supercilious.
Supercilious. Arrogant, lofty.
Supercilious.
Burzar.
Bursa.
Treasurer. Supercilious Burzar introduces himself. I came to round up stragglers, but as a captain you are of rank sufficient to attend the dinner if you wish to attend. Attend the 13th annual Airy Dinner. dinner is held in the mahogany and marble imperial dining room of Airy House. Every piece of the dinner service is mismatched, and both the furniture and the personages in the room are pleasantly rumpled. The supercilious bourgeois brings you to the high table, where the three senior astronomers of Niels Tower are holding court. You are introduced to the senatorial professor, the chair of the eff- effulgent sciences, and the lecture of imperial affairs as the first course is served. Game pie? Guzzle the board? Yeah, we kinda need to reduce terror. The Royal Society is renowned for the variety of the depth of its cellars. It's 10. Good lord, it's smoked like fine cheese and fired like a master potter's kiln. The color is pale ruby, like a star-kissed stone. Its bouquet is Homeric, as are the epithets you lavish upon it. The senatorial professor smiles and adjusts his blindfold. From the ruins at Port Avon, a marvelous find. The first course ends with the great smacking of lips and a general feeling of goodwill towards the chef. Well, from top to bottom, I guess. Lecture in Imperial Affairs. She's rationing her port with water and visibly holding her tongue. The government's woman. The lecturer keeps her voice low and produces a pen from her iron bun. She scribbles on her napkin as you explain your recent history. Oh, are they going to be... This is a mute one. There was a guy who's been with a blindfold, and I guess third one not going to be able to hear. Your napkin as you explain your recent history. They resent me here, you understand? I was a direct appointment by Her Majesty's government. They dislike being reminded who holds the purse strings. Second course ends with the lecture in Imperial Affairs telling a rather ribald joke and a hearty toast to the continued health of all present. No, never mind. She just scribbles on her napkin for no reason, I guess. To talk to the chair for the effulgent sciences. She's drawing something on a napkin. Question of precedence. Are those Ling's rays? She smiles wildly. Something I saw last time I was permitted to use our great scope. Honestly, what's the point if we have to ask permission every time we move it? Did Isaac Newton need King Charlie's permission to discover gravity. The third course comes to a close with a great groaning and heartfelt but false protestations that one couldn't possibly manage cheese and biscuits after all this. Sensational professor, the blindfolded cantankerous astronomer of old London will be our patron. New lease of life. He reaches out to shake your hand. I shall endeavour to entrust you more kindly than I was. I hope I shan't give you a cause to regret our choice, your choice. He smiles thinly. Did I make a choice? Fuck, I made a choice. I thought it was a third guy to talk with. Ugh. Whatever. He smiles thinly. Now come to the tower whenever you wish to begin. Bring a permit if you wish to actually make use of the telescope. Oh, that's lame. Observe the clockwork sun. London authorities encourages this use of the telescope. The ministry has stamped permits for this particular use up to the next century, the bruiser informs you. Great. Plus one terror. The state of the sun. The sun's light is thin and nauseous, flecking the horizon with the poisonous white gold light. Looking closer, you can see the machinery around the sun still. Half lies in darkness, and the other in a sad semi-twilight. Oh my god. Okay, break and recording.